What's happening, man?
Chilling, buddy. Didn't want to.
Final preparation, huh?
Final preparations. Do we really need them? No.
No, we don't.
I feel like tomorrow we're doing this. Gonna be extra mad, extra mad.
Extra mad, man. Because you know how I like to watch my K1, man.
So what about limbs? Are there gonna be more limbs coming off, or is it gonna be like just
mainly
blood and guts left there on the mat?
Yeah, a lot of blood. Yeah, definitely a lot of blood. You know, I've always liked to keep things clean in life, but when I'm in the ring, man, or on the mat, it's gotta be in there.
All right.
I've won every match I've had in the
I just
submission
recorded
series.
a bunch of stuff from this guy.
You know,
You're what?
in the submission series.
He's undefeated, is what he's telling you.
Man,
I'm
it's
undefeated in my
bullshit.
own
This never
mind.
stops.
I'm undefeated in my own mind.
Tell him why.
Man, I should have grabbed a different ride.
Tell him why.
There was one time when you know, somebody beat
Does
me
he
on
make
one
you still
point.
watch this stuff when
That
you
was
get back
because
there?
Yep.
I didn't know, I wasn't clear with the rules
It's
properly,
hilarious, right? But it's not.
and what ended up
It's funny
happening was
as you think.
the guy pushed me out of bounds. I stepped 1 foot out of bounds, and I lost by 1 point. In my own mind, I'm undefeated.
It's like Hickson Gracie when he lost at the Sambo tournament.
You stepped out of bounds?
Well, they say, hold on. They say that Hickson Gracie is undefeated in 400 bare knuckle, recorded fights, whatever. But there's been many disputes to that, including his loss at a Sambo tournament by Dr. Ron Tripp. Back to the interview.
That's right. And just
Come on,
like
we'll
what
get on
happened
the
with...
road here. This interview is going to go bad. I don't have video footage of how stupid you are, too. You won't get any insurance money.
Just like what happened with Hickson Gracie, I'm in the same boat. Undefeated in my own mind.
Okay, so tomorrow in the morning at 9:30 at City Hall, there's a meeting about legalizing fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the main arguments I'm going to go up there and try to make are, one, that to have these athletic commissions arbitrarily make decisions that affect the lives of thousands of people with no meaningful public consultation is undemocratic. And there's obviously far more people in support of mixed martial arts in the community. Every time that there's a UFC held, for example, tens of thousands of people order it on pay-per-view, and thousands more go out to sports bars, pubs, and so on, and watch the shows live. That's one argument. The other argument that the Athletic Commission uses is that the sport is brutal and it should be banned based on its brutality. But if you actually look at the science behind it, the amount of and the statistics for other combat sports, you can look and find results from every show, every boxing, kickboxing show held by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, for example, and you find that the rates of traumatic injury are comparable to all other combat sports, including boxing and Thai boxing. I mean, boxing, there's an Olympic sport. As far as other sports, think about the amount of deaths, for example, resulting from skiing or motocross and other serious spinal injuries, neck injuries, and traumatic injuries in those sports. The injury rates are higher, I'm sure, for skateboarding and football. So that argument doesn't really hold water either. And from my experience, the majority of people that come out to train in the gym, I mean, I've been teaching for 15 years, man. People come out to train, they're not people who are even looking for competition. They're people who've been victimized or picked on. People like Alex Green, who've been bullied, beat up, and they're looking for, to build up their self-confidence, to find some form of self-defense. They can protect themselves, from attack or from assault. And
I agree.
Yeah. That was Alex Green, by the way, who agrees.
Yes, that is me. So back to City Hall.
Anyway, back to City Hall. I think those are probably the strongest arguments. And yeah, also it's...
Have you informed the news media of you showing up to...
Well, CBC News called me today to do an interview, and then I'm going to go down and talk at City Hall tomorrow and see what happens with this.
Well, we wish you luck.
This whole thing.
So I got a question for you, Andy.
Sure, what's up, bud?
Caleb went to City Hall on Saturday, and he was trying to get MMA sanctioned, or, you know, what's your opinion on that? Do you think that MMA should be sanctioned in Vancouver?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to a council meeting Thursday morning.
Okay.
The meeting's taking place at 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
And I've booked my spot to speak directly to the council.
All right.
And I'm going to let them know that, you know, that this is a legitimate sport. It's the fastest growing sport in the world. And, you know, if they're going to allow bare knuckle hockey fights right in front of 8- and 9-year-old kids, I don't see why what we do is any less or any more violent than that.
Okay.
And I understand that this is a hockey town, and you know, there's a lot of hockey fans that might get upset with a statement like that. But the fact of the matter is, we need to regulate our sport. We need to have people on board so that the sport doesn't go underground, where you know, things like no blood testing, no doctors, and no rules, and unqualified referees and unqualified judges. We don't want any of that stuff to take place. So, you know, the best thing for us to do is just everybody get on board, regulate the sport, and get our heads out of the sand and understand that this is not going to go away.
All right. You know? Part of this video is about MMA being sanctioned in Vancouver. What's your opinion on that, Jorge? Do you think it should be?
Definitely should be. It used to be. For no reason they just canceled it. Should continue to let it be.
Fighters should make money, be able to make money, right?
Definitely.
All right, you heard it from my instructor, Jorge. This is JT, one of my instructors. Yes. Now, we're doing a little movie here at JT, and part of the movie is all about MMA, and do you think it should be sanctioned in Vancouver and in Canada? So what's your opinion on that?
I think MMA should be here, man. Like, jiu-jitsu is huge here now, it's growing. A lot of people are doing pancration. Now the pancration, like, is so big in the tournaments, Tiger Balms and stuff. They all want to do MMA, but it's just not sanctioned here. And you know, so many clubs provide MMA training, but you know,
nowhere to fight, right?
Yeah, and the amount of money that the economy can make, you know, they got to rent out the Agrodome, you know, that they can make money for the economy and stuff. You know?
Now, next question is: do you think these tournaments, such as the Tiger Balms, you know, these pancration tournaments, jiu-jitsu tournaments, will they help get MMA into Vancouver? Do you think?
Definitely. Tiger Balms is like. If you, like, I was watching this other interview, you know, with Brandon Vera.
Yeah.
And they asked him, they're like, okay, do you think Grappler's Quest is a good tournament? His reaction was, he's like, man, Grappler's Quest is like the stepping stone to MMA. A lot of guys went from Grappler's Quest and then did MMA, including himself. So Tiger Balms is like a stepping stone for Canadian grapplers, you know, to keep going, and hit the MMA scene.
Basically, I haven't got an interview with you yet about your thoughts on the MMA in Vancouver. I got sort of an interview, but basically, what are your thoughts on that?
They should let it happen.
Let it happen?
Definitely.
And the reasons are?
The reasons are that it's not as much as a problem with injuries as other sports is. Actually, probably less injuries in this one.
Exactly, like skateboarding and, you know, football and basically all your
There's all
contact.
kinds of injuries in that. When I was playing soccer, I was getting hurt all the time, man. I haven't really got hurt very often here.
Do you think that they should sanction MMA in Vancouver? What's your opinion on that?
I think they should, you know, they should have, yeah, they definitely should have a sanction on MMA in Vancouver, just for our local talent to expose themselves.
To the rest of the world, right?
Yeah, basically.
Do you think tournaments like the Tiger Balms with the pancration and the jiu-jitsu, do you think that will help in forwarding, you know, MMA in Vancouver?
Oh, definitely. Like, definitely that's a good way for beginner novice and intermediate to, like, practice and train the skill before getting to the real world of fighting. And I think that's a great way to introduce you know, anyone to MMA fighting style.
I see. Well,
jiu-jitsu as well.
As you can see, Vaz basically has the same opinions that I have on the fighting. You know, it should be allowed. You heard it from the mouth of Vaz Rutten. MMA should be allowed, right?
Should be allowed, definitely. It's just a sport like any other sports, right?
Any other contact